This is how we got to
And now introducing his opponent, Charles "The Bronx" Olivera!
Alright, so let's start with a quick rundown of the recent UFC lightweight division. McNugget took over the division back in 2016 and held the division captive for 2 years. He was off making millions against Floyd.
Surprise, surprise, motherfucker! The king is back!
During this time, Tony Ferrer captured the interim belt with a third-round submission of Kevin Lee. From here, everybody in Michael Chiesa's mother knows.
Ever talk about my mom? What's good?
About the most cursed fight in UFC history, Khabib versus Ferguson. That fight was scheduled 5 times, but never happened. Still wild to think about. Nonetheless, the fight between the two was scrapped as Ferguson blew his knee up, tripping over a media cable. Khabib versus Iaquinta was set for the lightweight belt back in 2018. Khabib would win by decision and go on to take out the likes of McGregor, Poirier, and Gaethje before vacating the belt in 2021. Now enter a familiar name.
The champion has a name, and it's Charles Oliveira.
So what the hell was Charles doing all this time? Well, Charles had a rough path to the belt. The dude was 30-8 and had 27 UFC fights with 11 years in the promotion before getting a title shot. That is insane. Add in that in the past he was also criticized about his heart in the octagon.
Oliveira still has some quit deep down in him. Not even deep, it's pretty shallow.
Throughout Charles' career, when the going got tough, it didn't seem like the guy had the dog in him to keep fighting. But back in 2017, after a loss to Paul Felder, something seemed to just click. Charles would submit Clay Guida in his next bout and amass an 8-fight winning streak over the course of about 2 years. After Khabib vacated the belt, Olives finally had his shot. His opponent, Michael the Wise Chandler.
Sanctuary of suffering, as I call it. It's a garage, but we don't put cars in here. We put in miles.
Olives would initiate his patented tried and true technique of getting knocked down and nearly finished, but then rally back and win the fight. He'd employ this technique in his next 2 fights against Poirier and Gaethje. Unfortunately, Olives missed weight by a little 0.5 pounds and ended up being stripped of the belt during the Gaethje fight. So as of today, Oliveira is the uncrowned lightweight king.
The champion has a name, and it's Charles Oliveira.
But unknowing to Do Bronx, a beast was lurking in the mist. Islam had a fairly straightforward path to the belt. Some may even say a bit early, but honestly, the current state of the division is weird. Most of these guys in the top 5 have already faced each other. Oliveira has beaten Dustin in the number 2 spot, Gaethje in the number 3, and Chandler in the number 5, so that only leaves Islam at 4.
The champion has a name, and it's Charles Oliveira.
Basically, it's not too much of a stretch to give him a shot. Makhachev is also on a tear. He's on a 10-fight win streak, with the biggest name he's taken being Dan Hooker. But I think the biggest narrative in the fight is not the streaks. Rather, it is the fact that Islam is basically Khabib 2.0. After Khabib vacated the belt, that left everyone to argue his GOAT status. Would Khabib be GSP, or Chandler, or McGregor in a second fight? What if Oliveira were to face Khabib? Even after retiring, Khabib remained in the headlines on a bunch of what-ifs. To answer all these, enter Islam Makhachev. Islam's fighting style is a damn near replica of Khabib's. A bit more polished in terms of striking, but wrestling heavy, good at submissions, Dagestani, and Khabib literally coaches the guy. Khabib 2.0 is an understatement. The fight between Oliveira and Makhachev is accompanied by the idea of how Oliveira's ground game would fare against Khabib. So that is a quick rundown of how we got to Islam versus Oliveira. I hate when people don't give their takes on who's gonna win. So as for my take, I think Makhachev takes it on the ground. Dagestanis are just too damn good at grappling. Submission in the second round. But in the world of MMA, who the hell knows what's gonna happen? Remember to like, subscribe, and comment down below for the Agak. Catch you on the next one.
MMA ground game, I have best in this division.
Taking him down. Too easy.
He's a real deal. He's one of the best in the world.
Charles Oliveira fights, even though he's the champion, he fights like a berserker.
For take this belt.